Hey guys, in this lesson we would understand what is meant by the degree and leading coefficient of polynomial functions and how to determine the degree and leading coefficient of a polynomial function. Now we know polynomial functions can be given in any of the three forms: standard, vertex, or factored form. Degree and the leading coefficient can be found out from any of the three forms. Let's take example of each form. So if you're given a polynomial function in standard form and the polynomial function is fx equal to 3x squared plus 5x plus 9, and we are asked to find out the degree. Degree means the highest power of x of any of the terms of the polynomial function. In this example, we are given three terms in the polynomial function. One is 3x squared, another is 5x, another is 9. Now, out of the three terms, the first term has a power of 2, second term has a power of 1, third term has no power, means power of 0. Highest power is 2, therefore the degree is 2 for this particular example. Now, what is meant by the leading coefficient? Leading coefficient is the constant of the highest powered x. Here, the highest powered x is x to the power of 2, and the constant there is 3. Therefore, the leading coefficient is 3 in this case. These definitions for degree and the leading coefficient would stay true no matter the question is given in standard form, vertex form, or factored form. Let's find out the degree and leading coefficient if the question is given in vertex form. Let's say we are given fx is equal to 2 in the bracket x minus 1 squared plus 5. In this case, degree is the power that we see on the bracket, that is x minus h bracket. So our degree is 2 in this case. And the leading coefficient in this case is the a value that we see in front of this bracket. Therefore, the leading coefficient in this case is also 2. Next is the third form, that is factored form. Let's say the question is fx equal to 3, x minus 1, x plus 2. If we want to write on the degree, now we see there are two brackets that are separated by multiplication sign. So these are not separate terms. This is all one term. So whenever the question is given in one term, we add up the powers of each bracket in order to get the degree. So here we would add up 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. Therefore, the degree is 2. In order to find out the leading coefficient in this case, we would take the a value, multiply it with the constant of x in the first bracket, that is 1 here, multiplied by the constant of x in the second bracket. That is also 1 in this case. So in this particular example, we have 3 times 1 times 1, which is 3 is the leading coefficient. Let's take one more example for the sake of practice from each of these forms. Let's say we're asked to determine the degree and leading coefficient for the following functions. We notice that this is the function given to us in vertex form. Degree in this case is just the power on the bracket, and that is 4. Leading coefficient is going to be this a value, that is -2. Next, when it comes to factored form, then in order to find out the degree, because it's the factored form and this is all one term as they are separated by product or multiplication sign. So degree is the sum of the power that we see on each bracket. Here there is no power, means power is 1. Therefore, it's 2 plus 1 equal to 3. So this is the degree. In order to find out the leading coefficient, we take the a value, multiply it by the constant in front of x. Now here we notice that the bracket has a power 2, so everything will be squared. Therefore, when we write this 2 down, we always put the square on top of 2, because this 2 cannot come out of the bracket without the power 2, multiplied by the constant of this x, that is 1. Here we do not have to take the power because the power of 1 is 1 and that will give us the number itself. Now when we multiply this, 4 times 4 times 1, which is 16, is the leading coefficient. Next, this is the question given to us in standard form. Degree for the standard form is the highest power of the x value, because in standard form we have separate terms, as we can see. And we notice the power here is 2, here is 6, here is 1, here is 4. Highest power is 6, therefore degree is 6. In order to find out the leading coefficient, we would look at the a value of the highest power of x. So we do not have to look at any of these. So none of these are important to us in terms of finding the leading coefficient. In standard form, we only look at the a value of the highest power of x, and that is -4. So the leading coefficient here is -4. And this is how we find out the leading coefficient and the degree when we are given a polynomial function in any of the three forms, be it standard, vertex, or factored form.